Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? In a recent magazine interview in MDN, apparently Makoto Shinkai mentioned that his mega hit animated film, Your Name or Kimi no Na wa, was considerably influenced by the American drama Breaking Bad, that he was watching while writing the storyboard. Okay, before you get out your pitchforks, obviously he was not talking about the storyline. Because if you haven't noticed already, Your Name has absolutely nothing to do with building a drug empire. Makoto Shinkai was instead talking about its excellent cinematography in its use of time, blending MV-like scenes, time lapses, and so forth. People online were very surprised at the comparison at first, because the two works cannot seem any more different in terms of tone, characters, story, and probably just the two mediums in general. But if you actually go and take a look, for example, at the time lapses, you would find them quite similar in the way that they both use time lapses of different parts of the city, with a soundtrack playing in the background. Not to say that other shows don't do this, but this was the one show that Shinkai was watching himself while doing the storyboarding, so we have Breaking Bad to thanks for the pretty cool time lapses we got in Your Name. Now Shinkai isn't a person afraid to tell you where he gets his ideas from and his inspirations, as it's not the first time he's called out names of people or things that inspires his writing or animations. In another recent interview done with Little White Lies, Shinkai also mentioned that his earlier influences stemmed from more contemporary Japanese authors, including Haruki Murakami, because they describe everyday life and accept life as it is. Making the everyday mundane into captivating scenes is definitely a forte in both Murakami and Shinkai's writing. But nowadays, he says he no longer thinks in terms of influences. He only thinks about his own motivations and his own emotions. But one really big factor for the themes he wanted to explore in Your Name was because of the 2011 earthquake, which really changed his perception of the world. He says there's a line in the film which says, "You never know, Tokyo might go tomorrow." And he believes that everyone in Japan is aware of that. So he wanted to create a story of recovery to address it. But it doesn't end there. He actually goes into detail about what he thinks about being called the new Miyazaki. In Japan, people don't really use that term, so he doesn't really have to worry about it at home. But basically, his response this time was that it is impossible to not be influenced by Miyazaki as a Japanese animator. But it's not like he wants to make movies that are just like Miyazaki's movies either. What he really wants to achieve is what Miyazaki achieved emotionally in his movies for lots of people. And if that is his goal, I think we can safely say that he definitely hit it out of the park with Your Name. Your Name has hit over 25 billion yen in the Japanese box office at 4th place of the top grossing movies ever in Japan. But internationally, it has overtaken Spirited Away as the #1 grossing anime film to have ever graced cinema at $355 million. Makoto Shinkai is only 44 years old, which is a fairly young age for a director, which hopefully means we'll be getting lots more from Shinkai in the near future. Shinkai revealed earlier in May that he is already working on his next project, but we haven't heard anything from him ever since, so I guess we can all assume he's hard at work. But anyways, back to the original topic, what do you guys think of the Breaking Bad influences in Your Name? I haven't actually watched too much of Breaking Bad, so maybe you guys can help me out in pointing them out. The cinematography only ones though. As usual, let me know down in the comments below. Thumbs up the video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for Tokyosaurus for the latest things people are talking about in Japan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.